Hello everyone, this is Spring Porter with Spring Solutions LLC. In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at the state of Oklahoma and their 3 districts that they have. And in those districts, I will show you, where to find the instruction package for unclaimed funds. Then I'll move over to the funds locator and I'll show you about how many unclaimed funds they have in those particular districts. I think these videos are helpful. Again, I've been a paralegal for 10 years, so me researching a court website is kind of second nature. But for someone who's new to this, it is going to take some time to get used to seeing it and learning the terms. So I'm thinking that this video will be helpful to people that are kind of new to it. And I mean, repetition is key. When you keep looking for it and you see similar things, it starts to click. So I'm going to go over this again in a different state that I haven't covered. Again, it'll show you how different they all are, and there's some of the similarities that they have between each jurisdiction as well. So if you're interested in learning about unclaimed funds in the state of Oklahoma, please stay tuned. Please note that I am not a bankruptcy attorney. I'm not an attorney at all. This is just for researching purposes. This is not indicated as legal advice. If you are in need of an attorney, please find one, do your own research, find one in your local area that can assist you. All right, so with that being said, let's go to the funds locator first. I want to show you when you type in Oklahoma, there are 3 districts do show up, so you're able to research them here. If you start with the Eastern District, when you hit enter, you'll see that there are about 800 claims. So there are 800 cases where there's unclaimed funds left over, right? And this is the Eastern District. So if we go to the Eastern District of Oklahoma, the acronym is just okeb.uscourts.gov. If you come to this website, you'll see that it's similar to the ones that we've done previously in the other states. This area is blue, is highlighted. This is like a maroon color. So this is similar looking to the ones that we have researched before. Keep in mind that the bankruptcy court websites look similar to the district courts websites. So the only thing that's specifying is the bankruptcy word. So if I click Eastern District of Oklahoma instead of bankruptcy and I try to research unclaimed funds, it probably will not show up at all. So make sure that your website is specified bankruptcy court, because I've made that mistake before and some of the states' websites look very similar. All right. So, okay, so we're here. We go to unclaimed funds and search. And if I go to information right here, here's your instruction package and your application and supporting documents. So everything you need is here. So if I click on the instructions, let's see what this particular district looks like. All right, so you're going to be mailing it to Muskogee, Oklahoma, and it would go directly to the clerk's office. And there's a telephone number. Some states and some jurisdictions, you have to mail it to a financial administrator. This specifically goes to the clerk's office. And here's the telephone number so you can call and double check on things. And it goes on to show you, what supporting documents you need, what kind of claimant you are. If you're a foreign claimant, what additional documents do you need? If it's deceased, if you're a claimant representative, you would follow, these particular steps. And then it also goes on to tell you the post-filing process and what's that's like and what the time frame is for after. All right, and it has also in red bold letters the address. Right, so this is the Eastern District of Oklahoma, and let's click on their application and see what that looks like. Okay, so this is their application. They use this form, local form 1340, And it just has, the basic information that the other applications have. Their U.S. attorney's information is already plugged in here. Some leave it blank, and some it's already filled in. So look for that. Make sure your forms are complete when you mail them in, or you'll get a deficiency notice and the clerk will say, hey, you forgot to fill this in, you forgot to do this. So that is the official form, Eastern District of Oklahoma, right? So that is that. So now we're going to go to the Western District, back to the funds locator. I want to see about how many unclaimed funds there are for that particular district. I said Western. Okay, let's go to Western first. We click that, and this has about 3,500. So a lot more than 800 for the Eastern District, but not nearly as much as a larger state like California or New York or something, or Texas. All right, so there are some there to work. So we're going to come to their website, and we are going, and this particular jurisdiction is located in Oklahoma City. And unclaimed funds, let's click that. And here's your instructions. So there's a reoccurring theme. It's always, you're looking for the search engine, and you basically just type it in. Type in unclaimed funds, or it may be a button on the side or something. And then you just read through. This application will go to the clerk's office again, and here's a telephone number. This again is in Oklahoma City, and you read through and it'll tell you how to fill it out or what you need to fill it out. So these requirements look similar to the Eastern District. And they also have a post-filing process as well. So their procedures are similar to the Eastern District. Okay? So that is, and let's look at their application and see what that looks like. So yeah, they use the official form 1340 as well. And see, in the other application, they had the U.S. attorney's information entered here, and for this particular district, they want you to fill it in. So if you didn't know, if you're not from, this particular area or jurisdiction, and you don't know who the U.S. attorney's office or the address is for this particular district, you would have to just Google it, or you would just double check the bankruptcy website. It should have it. And it probably will have it on the instruction packet as well. This is why it's helpful to always come to these sites, because this information can change at any moment. And they could use a different form. It could go to a different person. They may decide that they don't want the clerk to get this anymore. They want a financial administrator or someone from accounting to handle this. So it's always helpful to double check these documents, even after you've gotten a deal and you've worked in this district before. It doesn't mean that it's going to stay the same. All right, so that's the Western District, and what did we say, about 3,500? Yeah, they have about 3,500 claims. So let's move on to the last district for this state, and that is the Northern District of Oklahoma. So we go to the funds locator. I'm going to type in Oklahoma, Northern District, search, and this has about 3,900, so a little bit more than the Western District. And both Northern and Western have a lot more than the Eastern District. All right, so there are some to work. Now, if we come to the Northern District website, we see that the court location is located in Tulsa. And if we go up to the search engine, we type unclaimed funds. And here we have that information. It looks like they had an update to their form. So this is the form they're using now. This is their application. It looks slightly different than the other two districts, but it has similar information on here. I mean, you have to have the full name of the claimant, the address. But here they want you to spell out what type of entity you are. If you're an authorizing officer or representative, they kind of spell it out specifically. So here there's a signature block. It tells you who to mail it to. Signature block, and then the notary language, the certificate of service, the affidavit of claimant. So whoever is filling out the application of unclaimed funds also needs to fill out the affidavit of claimant. It should be similar. And the instruction packet is located after the application. It seemed like this should come first, but that's the way they have it here. So you just want to double check that you have the right forms. If they've updated their form, make sure that you look at the top of the form to make sure that you're using the right one. You know, make sure you have what you need. Just go through here, and it's like a checklist. All right, so that is the Northern District of Oklahoma. So if you're in this district or you're trying to work in this particular area for unclaimed funds, I hope that this was helpful to you. There are some claims here to work, as you can see. I saw 3,900 in this one, and then about 3,500 in the western one, and about 800 in the eastern district. So, and most of their documents, I mean, they're really easy to pull, as you could say. I just pulled 3 from their districts, and they had contact information, and everything was spelled out on what you needed to work if you wanted to work this particular jurisdiction. It doesn't appear that you need to be an attorney for this particular area to do unclaimed funds. So maybe try Oklahoma, give it a try. If you're, wanting to get started and you're in this area, that would be great. So I hope this is helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Have a good night.